This is the look of someone who is tired of remakes, legacy sequels, and remakequels. The face of someone who does not approve of a sequel being made to a Bill Paxton classic. But this is also the look of someone who is surprised and entertained by the movie Twisters. Let's talk about it. Alright, let's talk about Twisters. So, this movie is about a retired tornado chaser named Kate Cooper getting pulled back into the tornado chasing business by her fellow storm chaser buddy, Javi. Kate and Javi are trying to test out their new technology to see if they can determine how tornadoes work, but unfortunately they're getting intercepted by another storm chaser. Tyler doesn't do it for the science, but he does it for the clicks, and he's a YouTube sensation and a tornado cowboy. So Twisters is like a sequel, but also kind of like a remake. There's no real tie-ins or really any connections to the previous movie, but you do remember Dorothy from the original film? Yeah, you remember Dorothy, right? She was that cutting-edge technology that Joe and Bill were working on so people could have real advanced warnings on tornadoes. But sadly, Dorothy's reduced to this.
What a piece of junk.
There are a lot of things in this movie that shouldn't work or even work well together, but somehow the movie actually pulls it off. Like the way this movie is shot and the way these tornadoes are filmed, it kind of makes it feel like a creature feature film. Which is pretty awesome if you ask me. They kind of touched upon that in the original film. And this movie doubles down on that 100%, and I'm going to compare it to a creature feature film that people are going to be like, huh? Why on earth would you compare it to that? I'm going to be like, well, kind of fits. This movie had a lot of Jaws 4 in it. Like, no joke, these tornadoes in this movie are hunting down people left and right, and as silly as it sounds, it really does actually work. I'm not gonna lie here, the story in this movie is very thin, but it does follow the beats of the original film, and the characters in this film are actually pretty good. The character of Tyler is this YouTube tornado wrangler, and his character is very exaggerated, especially in the first 20 minutes. And just the way the character is, you actually do expect him to ride a tornado at some point during the movie, and he kind of does. And yeah, I kid you not, when we first meet Tyler, he's totally like this.
Wow! 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 You sound like a big choo-choo train.
Like, seriously, I thought Tyler was a very awesome character. I was like, dude, I really like this guy. He's a very likable person. I was like, please don't try and make the villain. And even then, I was like, this is the type of character that would have hung out with the previous characters in the other movie. I did like the character of Kate. She really did remind me of a combination of Bill and Joe from the last film. I did like our third main character, Javi. I thought he was actually pretty cool. But it did kind of feel like the writers were like, so is he going to be the nerdy sidekick friend? Or is he going to be, you know, the potential third wheel? Or maybe is he going to be the Burke from Aliens? But even though this character is kind of like bouncing around between these three different types here, I was like, I never once disliked the character. But the real question is, did this sequel need to be made almost 30 years later?
No. No, man.
But does this movie actually work? Yes! Listen, if you've been wanting a good disaster type of movie, this one not only delivers, it's a well-shot, good-looking movie. And you know what? I gotta give our director here, Lee Isaac Chung, a lot of credit, because at any time, this movie could have stopped in its tracks, looked at the audience, and lectured us. And this movie could have easily stopped to force something down your throat, and it does not do that because this movie knows it's just there to entertain the audience. The film knows what kind of movie it is, and it does not stop at any time to say,
Message!
I appreciated that the film was shot on location, we had good special effects, and actually likable characters. I appreciated that the movie wasn't really connected to the first one at all, and I liked that it didn't really do a whole lot of nods to the film either. So I'm glad this movie didn't go this route, and it could have been a very easy route for this movie to go on, and I know this actress has since retired, but if there was ever a role for Lily Subeski to play, it would have been the child of Joe and Bill. Like I said, I'm glad they didn't go that route, but at the same time, I would have been curious to see if they did. So my rating for Twisters? Go see it matinee. This is a summer blockbuster movie. It's a good popcorn movie. It's dumb fun. It's also a good looking movie to see on the big screen. Alright, did you see Twisters? Did you like it? Are you a big fan of the original film? Have you never seen the original film and only seen this one? Comment below and let me know. And please, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit, and I'll see you at the movies.